Victor Alpha 3, Mike, Radio Bravo.
Victor Echo 3, India Tango Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, Quebec Alpha Charlie, Michael.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike Alpha.
BA 3TM.
Victor Alpha 3, Lima Papa November, Dan Oakville.
Okay, we're up to 25 check-ins so far. In that group we had VA3 LPN, Dan, VA3 TM, Tom, VA3 SMA, Steve, VA3 QAC, Michael, VA3 ITW, Bob, and VA3 MRB. VA3 MRB, Mike, how are you? And thanks for the contacts on the weekend from City View Park.
Good evening, Chris, and to all on net. I hope everybody's nice and warm and dry now, so all this nice winter storm we're finally getting. But anyways, yeah, it was a lot of fun operating that contest, and good to work with you as well, Chris. Great little spot at City View Park, and made a few contacts there. I've got to send this guy as an N1MM, did I get it right, some money so I can put all my contacts in there, because the trial version only gives you 30, and I made about 60, so we'll have to open up and get the legit log for, you know what I mean, contest log program from him. So, but yeah, good time, and looking forward to the winter one on the weekend there, Chris. Go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I'm not going out this weekend, but I am giving people points if I hear them on VHF, UHF. So good luck to everybody in Winter Field Day this weekend. I wasn't using N1MM this past weekend. I was using N3, what is it? JFP? FPJ? Anyway, he has individual programs for all the various contests. So you end up getting a lot of similar programs, but for a good price. If you buy one, he sends you an email right away and says, hey, you can have the lot for, I think it's $50. So that's another option out there for contest logging software. I know lots of people like N1MM though, and it'll do just about anything you can think of. VE3 ITW, Bob, how are you this evening?
Yeah, good evening, Chris, and everybody else on net. Doing good. Cleaned out the driveway, and already I've got an appointment at 8:15 tomorrow morning, so I don't want to have to be out there doing it before I go there. So, still not doing a whole lot of ham radio. Kind of enjoying watching the Golden Globe race. Other than that, not too much. Thanks for doing it, Chris.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, thankfully I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, but I did advertise yesterday a microphone for sale, and that might be going tomorrow, so the microphone might be gone. I'll update my post on the groups.io if that happens. And VA3QAC, Michael, good evening.
Good evening to everyone on net. Yes, I will be trying to work the ARL Winter Field Day. And Mike, MRB, if you just want to go up Saturday morning, that would be great to City View Park, working VHF and UHF. I'm perfecting my my maths. I now have got a second VHF, UHF, have both horizontal and vertical set up at the same time. Anyways, that's what I will be doing. I just want to know how the All-Star link is going. Chris, if there's any comments about any activity that you're seeing, just connected using the repeater phone app. I see quite a bit of links there that are set up, I guess, already. Back to you, Chris.
I assume people like it. I don't know, really. I've been connecting it to various nets and things throughout the week, and yeah, hopefully people are finding it useful. But it's there for people to use if you want to connect to something. By all means, and tell us about it. We have that mailing list set up. A groups.io subgroup, I guess, off of our main group for All-Star discussions. So if you're not sure how to get an app for it, if you're looking to connect that way instead of RF, or anything else to do with the All-Star node, ask your question on the group. And let's see. Good luck this weekend in the contest. And VE3 SMA, Steve. Certainly heard you on this past weekend.
Thanks, Chris. Interesting, this rig's complaining about SWR. I don't know why, but it's on low power, so I don't think I can damage anything with 1 watt. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for the contest contacts, Chris, and everybody else who's in here that I talked to on the weekend. I recognized a few calls, and yeah, it was enjoyable. Nothing much in the way of conditions on 2 meters or 70 centimeters, but there was some 6 meter propagation, more than is usual in January. Worked into Texas and Florida and some of the W0 states on 6 meters, and did a little better than last year, so I'm reasonably happy. Nothing world-beating, but that's not going to happen from downtown Burlington with only 1 outside antenna. Anyway, thanks everybody who called me, and VE3 SMA.
Thanks, Steve. And great about 6 meters. It is a really neat band. I don't have anything for it currently, but I'm glad it's starting to wake up a little. Yeah, we could have used some inversion or something on the weekend to make it more interesting. Maybe in June, though. Victor Alpha 3, Tango Mike, Tom, how are you this evening?
Well, good evening, Chris, and everybody on board. Nothing new to report. Just woke up, literally, not literally, but I just woke up to the fact that the net was on, so I'm a little late getting in. Everybody, especially in the driving, and we'll throw it back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Tom. Yep, and I'm, for once, I'm wide awake too. Wonders never cease. Okay, thanks very much for your check-in. And last on my list, VA3 LPN, Dan, how are you this evening? Victor Alpha 3, Lima Papa November, V3 RWJ in the net. Okay, we'll give Dan another try in a minute. Do we have any other check-ins for this edition of the Burlington Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net? Please go ahead, V3 RWJ. A recheck. Go ahead, recheck.
Thanks very much, Chris. It's Bill, the E3MRX. And if you got your magazine today, as I did, in the mail about the Canadian Amateur, and looked on the scores for last year's Canada contest to see Tom, VE3TM, way up in the standing, and just a congratulations to him if nobody else saw it. Have a look.
Oh, thanks for that, Bill. Hey, congratulations, Tom. Good stuff. Okay, looking for check-in number 26. Please go ahead, V3 RWJ.
Victor Alpha 3 Delta Zulu Bravo, Dave in Oakville.
VA3DZB, how are you this evening, Dave?
Wet from snow shoveling, but otherwise pretty good. Had a question for you, Chris. The All-Star, I'm sure you've covered this, but I haven't been on any of the meetings or nets lately due to busy hockey season for my son. The All-Star node that you set up, will that be connected to any of the VE3 RSB repeaters?
Possibly. I don't know more than that. I know it's being discussed and talked about and thought about. So maybe more to say on that in the spring. Right now it's a Simplex node, but yeah, I'm hoping that's what happens.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I've been meaning to get on that. I and put together last year a Sherry Pie All-Star kit that's working really well. And so I was excited to see that we have some All-Star connectivity possibly coming. So that's it for me. Victor Alpha 3 Delta Zulu Bravo. Back to you, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Yep, I have a Shari here as well, and so I can listen to. Actually, I have a couple nodes, so I can listen to a couple things at once, just what I need. Thanks, Dave. Do we have any other check-ins for this edition of the Burlington Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, the 3RWJ? There was a station in there, but you're very noisy, and your audio is a little quiet. Try it again, please.
VE3 CQV. Trevor?
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Uniform Victor, I believe it is. Trevor, good evening. Welcome to the net.
Yeah, thanks. I'm here on the north shore of Lake Erie. I'm putting out about 50 watts right now. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good. We're all, indoors and trying to stay warm. Whereabouts are you on the lake? Like Dunville or Port Dover or Simcoe?
I'm just east of Port Dover, about 15 miles.
Okay, well, you're getting into the repeater just fine. A little background noise, but perfectly copyable, good signal. What's the weather like down there? Snowy, I guess, but is it windy and is the lake riled up?
The lake right now is actually pretty calm. We got about 4 inches of snow, and yeah, things seem to be settling down right now.
Victor Echo 3, Juliet Golf Kilo, Gary in downtown Hamilton.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Mike, Quebec, Mike in Burlington.
Yeah, good evening. My first time checking into this net, and so after 29 years, haven't lived in Hamilton that long. The name is Gary, you got that right, but the call sign
There we
is
go.
Victor
Now the
Echo 3,
audio is working.
Juliet Golf Kilo, or Juliet Got Kissed, and so I think you missed the last letter. At least it didn't sound like you got it correct. We're in downtown Hamilton, just a stone's throw, very short stone's throw from the West Harbor GO station. Just running minimum power, 5 watts, an indoor tri-band mobile antenna on a cookie sheet. So very simple and easy setup. And I don't try to use a lot of power given the antenna setup, and I still can hit more repeaters than I know what to do with. And with that, back to net control.
Absolutely there, Gary. The cookie sheet is working for you tonight. I'm located, like I mentioned, near the Center Mall, maybe 2 blocks south of there, and I've got you here at full strength. Mind you, my radio, the Yaesu 857, is notorious to be generous with the receive meter, but nonetheless, great job with that low power. And for those who can't hear everyone, we also, like I mentioned, stream the net on YouTube. Just put in my call sign in there and you'll find us there, and you can listen to us there. So welcome to the group there, Gary. Are you going to take off, or are you going to come back, or are you going to stick around?
I will stick around. However, I might be indisposed for a few minutes on the phone. Have to make a hotel reservation, but I'll keep the radio on at least for the next little bit. So you go ahead. And what was your call sign again? We might pull up that YouTube stream because I am curious how I sound. So that would be kind of fun.
All right. Well, I had the microphone for my voice cut there at the very beginning of the stream, but everything's working fine now. And so you just put in Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, and you'll see us live on the air or under the title AREG Week 1532.
I found it, and we'll have a quick listen before we get on the phone, but much
right.
appreciated, and back to you.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So we'll clear with Victor Echo 3, Juliet Golf Kilo, and say hello to Mike in Burlington, VE3KMQ. Come on in, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck. VA3CJZ, VE3KMQ. Hope you're doing well as everybody else who may be listening along. Looking out the window, we got the white stuff. So I guess we really can't complain. I mean, we've had a pretty good January, compared to other years, I suppose. Fairly mild and no snow at all, but it looks like we're catching up today and maybe into early tomorrow. So anyway, how are you doing there, Chuck? Back to you.
Yeah, there, Mike. Doing well. I'm just looking at the snow that's outside to be shoveled on my security camera there. But yeah, I'm thinking about Winter Field Day coming up on Saturday. And so I think apparently we have to use the designation Golf Hotel for Greater Hamilton for the contest. But I'm going to double check with online and maybe with Rick, VE3BK. But I know he sent out an email regarding that. We are now under most contests under the area designation of Greater Hamilton.
VE3BK. Go ahead there, Rick.
Yeah, Rick, we heard you a bit of a squeal there, but come on in.
just got. Hang on, get rid of that squirrel. I don't know where it's coming from. I tried. Yeah, you're right, Golden Horseshoe.
Sounds like you might have two radios on the same frequency there, or some feedback anyway.
Yeah, roger that. I think I got rid of it there now. It was my scanner, actually. So I was feeding back on the scanner. So, yeah, I've been talking to Rich. He seems to be pretty good. And he may join us a little bit later. And Winterfield Day, yep, coming up. The exchange is a little bit different. You have to look at the rules for that. And we are in a Golden Horseshoe. GH. So that's something new as of January 1.
To get across without the squeal.
Yep, I heard a double there, perfect double with Rick and Mike. But I think he figured out his squeal there, Mike. And Rick, if you could just hold on a second there, and we'll be clear with Mike in Burlington, and then get to you shortly after. So apparently that's correct there, Mike. We have to use the Golden Horseshoe designation there. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Good to know that. And yeah, I will probably. I'm sure I will participate in the contest this weekend. I did participate in the North American contest this past weekend. Racked up about 87 contacts, I guess.
Oh wow!
And I'm sporting a new logging software and also a new computer. Actually, my first computer. Hopefully, the only one I'll need down here at the shack. So it's Log for Old Men, and
right.
After a little bit of hiccups initially, I got it running. Seems to be okay. Still a couple minor things, but I guess that's learning curve. So, okay, very good. I'll let you carry on there, Chuck. I'll listen along for a little bit anyway. So, back to you, VA3CJZ, V3KMQ.
Okay, Mike, very good. I heard all that, and good for you. Congratulations on having some extra technology with you in the ham shack. I know this is my little corner here, so I have a laptop, and it's hooked up with an HDMI cable to a TV, and so and then my radios and that. So, oh yeah, congratulations! You'll love it. Your fingers will be typing away as you're doing radio stuff. Okay, Mike, thanks for joining in and saying hello, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Let's go to Rick now. VE3 Bravo Kilo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, hello, Gary. And Gary's one of our club members that was on there. And hello, Mike. Mike, I hope you don't mind. I was on the 3640 net on Sunday, and they were looking for good antennas for a new ham. So what do I suggest? I suggest they go on your webpage and go look at the one you made yourself there anyway. So is that okay there, Mike? Over.
Hey, Rick, absolutely. I'm very proud of that, and glad that you're an ambassador for my project. And I'm proud of it. It works great, and yeah, it's not a problem. Back to you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm just looking at Chuck on the computer there on YouTube. I got the sound turned down because it's a bit of a delay on there. So anyway, hopefully my sound is okay here. I keep swapping mics around, and hopefully they're the same level. But anyway, so Golden Horseshoe, what I was saying before, yep, Winterfield Day, as of January, the 1st, we are the Golden Horseshoe. So that's the area we're in, Chuck. So anyway, and anybody that planning on doing Winterfield Day, we'll do the same as we did last year, put our points towards the club if you want to, and I will put in the logs and make sure they go on the right way, because you got to name the club exactly or they won't count. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, I like the picture there. Your dog, is that the dog that passed away there, Chuck?
Yes, it is there, Rick. We just passed the 2 month mark, and that was my lab border collie mix, Buddy. And I rescued him at the age of 18 months, and he was with me till he was almost, oh, yeah, he just made his 13th birthday. So, yeah, we'll be thinking about getting another pooch there soon.
Okay, well, very good. Yeah, he looks a lot like my dog, except my dog's all black. His ears are down though, only when he puts them up when he wants to, but he's German Shepherd. And he's got spots on his tongue and all that. So, supposed to be a purebred. I don't know, but he's black. Anyway, all black. No white on him at all. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, Golden, or the field day, winter field day, it's something they started a few years ago, and it's a lot of fun. So, and I was in the North American Crucial Party on the weekend. Didn't make a lot of contacts, but I talked to quite a few people, and I did more rag tune, I think, than I did contesting there, Chuck. So, but it was fun. That's the main idea. Have fun doing it. Working the radio. So back to you, and maybe we might get our visitor Reg from Australia or a little later. We'll see. Anyway, he said he was tied up on Equilink at the moment, so I just talked to him a few minutes ago. Anyway, so carry on the good work there, and 1532, whoa, kudos. Okay, 73 there for now. I'll be on the side. VA3CJZ, V3BK.
All right, very good, Rick. Thank you for all that information. And yeah, by all means, check back in. If Reggie wants to stop in and say hi, we'll add him to the logbook as well. So, like I mentioned earlier, we are on YouTube and we take check-ins through there as well. I'll have to check the page here shortly and see if anybody's there. There are some people watching, so very good. Thank you. Welcome everyone. And so, Rick, we'll talk to you a little bit later. So let's see for now if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3 Victor Alpha Delta.
Okay, I heard two stations in there, and we'll go with that. IMW and VAD. Let's bring in Mac, VA3IMW. If I'm not mistaken, I thought you mentioned that you weren't going to be in town tonight. So let me guess, you got snowed in.
I was supposed to be meeting some people tonight, and mid-afternoon I understood from some of the folks that they had weather concerns, and there was one other guy that was kind of the ringleader, and he indicated he was helping a family member out up towards Barrie with some plumbing things, and things were taking a little longer. So, yeah, as fate would have it, it's probably just as well that we reschedule that group getting together, and this has me at home. The other nice thing was that my boss gave me a nudge just before 4:30 and said, get out of the office, make sure you get home in the daylight, and have a safe trip. To top it off, Thursday will be my work from home day, so let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Ah, great, a snow day for Mac. Well, two of them actually. Okay, so Yeah, well, when you reschedule, Mac, make sure you tell them you can't do Wednesdays.
Well, I did try to tell him that Thursday was the best day because, in radio world, Thursday is pretty light. We got one net to take care of and not much else. But no, tonight I was able to check into Arpad's net, and then I was able to throw a bean in the pot for Chris for the Burlington folks. And I just came back from saying hi to the guys on the ACS net in Toronto. And now I'm just going to sit here and wait until 10 o'clock rolls around.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, then you're in for a treat. We've got lots of trivia to talk about. Historical trivia, I guess you could say, or historical facts. If we ever slow down and have a break in the check-ins. So welcome, Mac. Glad to have you aboard, as always. And I look forward to chatting again with you shortly. So for now, let's move over to Arpad in the East End here and say hello to Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta. Sounds like a portable there, or is that crossband? Come on in, Arpad.
Yeah, I'm just using the handy walkie-talkie with the rubber ducky antenna from the kitchen, actually, and depends where I am. I'm standing right by the window right now, so I can able to hear you. You're coming in with full scale, but if I go to the other side of the kitchen, no signal. And actually, I even heard Mark, if I'm right by the window. It wasn't that strong, but it's coming in a little bit. So, back to you, Chuck.
Oh, very good. Well, the location you're at now is giving me full strength signal over here. So that little rubber ducky's working very good. Are you on high power or on low power or medium?
Yeah, I'm on 5 watt and using the same antenna what Mark has, the new antenna. That little diamond one. Highly recommended.
Yeah. I think I have one. I don't. It's a Nagoya though. It's not a diamond. I'll have to look into the diamond one.
Yeah, how much did you pay for that Nagoya? These diamond ones, they are $28.
Yeah, I think I paid close to 20 rather than close to 30 for it.
Yeah, I never put them on the meter yet. That's what I'm going to do one day. Test with the nano VNA, put them on the nano VNA and test them out. But they're sounding good, and actually it's not bad. I use it all the time, so I never use the factory antennas anymore. These are a little longer ones. They are much better. Anyways, Chuck, I'm just going to eat something here, and Kat is listening upstairs, and maybe she's going to come on. Who knows?
All right, very good. Yeah, the more the merrier. Maybe we even might have Debbie show up. You never know. Okay, Arpad. Well, thanks for taking the time out and checking in with us. You're sounding good. Well, speaking of those handy talkie antennas there, the extended ones, I've got the tape measure version. They call it a foldable antenna, but basically it's built exactly like a piece from a tape measure with a rubber coating on it. So I call it a tape measure antenna. So, anyways, okay, Arpad, thank you for that.
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah, I've seen that before, and hey, long as it's running fine, I'm very sure you can make your own from a tape measure, and I would set up two of them, two antennas, one for 2 meter and one for 440, and just change it when you're changing bands. Change the antenna. You would have like a 5/8 wave on a 19-inch, whatever it is, for a 2 meter. You would cut it exactly where it should be, and use one of those nano VNAs to see where you are, and maybe I'll make one day just for fun.
Yeah, I remember my neighbor showed me he had a tape measure beam. I think he built, and you can see it on YouTube. They have the the video. Well, they have the video for pretty much anything on YouTube, you could say. But yeah, just an old broken tape measure. You cut the right lengths, and away you go. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah, roger that. And, leave it a little bit longer and keep cutting it down until it's perfect. So, yeah. Okay, Chuck, I'm going to take a standby here, and maybe I'll call you back later on.
Okay, very good. Thank you for all of that, Arpad. And once again, say hello to your lovely wife, Kathy, and hope you're doing everything you're supposed to when your soulmate is a little down. You got to pick up the slack, Jack. Okay, so we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta, and see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Looking for check-ins. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Alpha X-Ray Juliet.
All right, I hear one more station. Victor Alpha 3, Alpha X-Ray Juliet. Rick, downtown Rick, how are you? Come on in.
Not great. Yeah, I went to Juravinsky today for the other scan on the chest, and there's absolutely nothing there, so I'm clear. And come home to fire up the snowblower, and a little hurting, but you know, it's got to get done, right? Yeah, took me an hour with a snowblower, but anyhow, it's all done. Back to you.
Oh, very good. Well, that's good news. Congratulations. And yeah, I saw a guy doing a snowblower thing there across the street from us, but I thought I thought he came out a little too early. It had just started coming down heavy there, but whatever. You know, a lot of people are probably excited to use. I remember when I bought my snowblower, and I don't think I even used it the first year I had it. I just fired it up to run it. So yeah, a lot of people would be excited. You know, they got a big machine. They want a little test run or a workout. So right on.
Yeah, I went out yesterday actually, and gassed up and checked the oil and fired it up for a few minutes, and yeah, you know, it saves the back a lot, I'll tell you, because that snow, that's that heavy wet snow, eh? And I normally spray the undercarriage of it with lubricant, but I didn't this time. But yeah, everything worked out good. Threw it right out like crazy. No problem whatsoever.
Ah, that's good. That's good. I know I have to go out after the net and go and shovel our snow, I guess you could say. And so for when Renata comes home from work, it'll be done there. So I've been looking at it all day and told myself, oh, well, the net is on. We'll have to wait till after. So that way I'll have somewhere to put my garbage after I do the shoveling. So yeah, I think I'm going to be a little bit busy there after the net.
Yeah, well, I didn't go out there until I think it was about 4:30, I guess. Figured I'd be safe then. And I just heard now it's starting to rain out, so I guess we'll be out there tomorrow with a bag of salt and everything down. Other than that, yeah, we're good. Yeah, everything's good. Back to you.
All right, Rick, glad to hear. We'll call on you again. For now, let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and I'm in East Hamilton by the Center Mall, and we are streaming the net on YouTube. Any new check-ins, please come now. Another slow week. My goodness, you'd think with all this snow we had, and well, maybe they're all outside shoveling. I thought everybody would be inside, but it's not really snowing right now. and so people are probably outside getting rid of it all. Another slow week like last week, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Let's try one more time. Any new check-ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3 CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
VA3 NCA.
All right, I heard VA3 NCA. Wade, sounding good. Come on in.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. You know what? I just got a S9 noise floor just now, so I didn't really catch you back on that last transmission, but I did understand that you called me in. So, anyways, another Wednesday. I don't know what just happened to my my 2-meter reception here, but hopefully you're receiving me well, and I will I'll send it back to you and maybe check in down the log if I can figure out what turned on in my shack that are in my vicinity that has blown away my reception of you there, Chuck. But otherwise, thanks for doing it. Back to you, VA3NCA for ID.
Roger. Well, I'm hearing you just fine. You're almost full strength here. No noise, no buzzing, no nothing. So your transmit is fine. I don't know, something obviously going on there, but you could always just jump on the YouTube stream there and follow us there. Did you copy?
Copy. Yeah, things improved a little bit. I shut off a power supply that was charging my my battery. Still not great reception, but at least I'm hearing you, Chuck, and that's something. But it's not as good as it has been in previous weeks. Anyways, just reading along some Winter Field Day information. I've never participated, but I wonder if Winter Field Day / POTA activation might be something that could be done. I think you'd classify for a few bonus points for being running from battery, from operating outdoors, from away from the home location, a few other things where the modifiers give you a couple extra points. I'm gonna read a little bit more and think about it a bit. Maybe there's a weekend activation in it for me. Anyways, thanks, Chuck, VA3NCA.
Yeah, that's interesting that you brought that up, Wade. Mixing a field contest with Parks on the Air. That's interesting. I wonder if anyone else has posed that question and if it's even possible. Interesting. Well, let us know if you find out any more. I'll be listening on RPAD's Net, like I always do every night. And if you come back with some info on that, that'd be great. Or if anyone else even knows about that, if that's possible, that's listening. So very good, Wade. If you're having trouble listening to us, I guess you'll follow us on YouTube then.
Yeah. Actually, things are a little better now. A little bit of crackle, but you're making it through it. It must be that battery charger, because as soon as I turned it off, things didn't clear up 100%, but now you're fully readable. So much better than it was. So that charger must be pretty RF noisy, I suppose. So making the trip now though, so that's good. And I'll rescued my night to listen along to AREG. So that's pretty good. I'll send it back to you. The only problem with back to the Winter Field Day thing, the only thing is there is a statement here on the Winter Field Day site that says their exchange has to be exact and only that exchange. And so then you may not be able to exchange park numbers on that QSO. But I don't know. I have to fully read it again and see. But maybe somebody else knows if it's possible to combine the two. Anyways, just a thought and interesting at that. Back to you, Chuck. Thanks.
Yeah, very good point, Wade, and very interesting. you know, once you were talking about it, I was like, that's interesting that you thought of that. So right on. Everybody's getting the POTA craze. I mean, even I think on the QRZ page there online, they talked about it. I think earlier today or yesterday. POTA is really taking off, and it's pretty big. So something new for the amateur radio community to do and take part in, and enhance our community. Very good, Wade. Thank you very much, sir. And we'll get back to you shortly. Anything else before we move along?
No, nothing right now. I'll listen along and looking forward to the trivia that you mentioned earlier that you're teasing us with, and this day in history. So I'll be listening along on the side. Back to you, VA3NCA. Back to net control.
Okay, Wade. One last thing. Wall warts are notorious for causing interference with amateur radio. The wall plug-in adapters there. Some of them can be notoriously noisy, so keep that in mind if that's what you're using. Try and change the source of power. I don't know. Anyways, very good, Wade. So we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha, and see if anyone else is out there wishing to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. Been going on for 29 plus years. My call is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and I'm here in the East End of Hamilton, and we're streaming live on YouTube. So anyone, anywhere wishing to check in, please come now. All right, very good then. So let's start off with contest announcements. Like we all mentioned, Winter Field Day is this weekend, January 28th at 1900 Zulu time, which, if I'm not mistaken, is around 3 p.m. And so the geographic focus is worldwide, participation as well, worldwide, and it's any mode is any. And then in parenthesis, it says see rules for exceptions. Same thing with bands, all bands except the WARC bands. So your exchange would be your category and ARRL section. Now the category I think is home, or I don't know what they are, but mine will be H for home. And those of you out in the wilderness, there'll be another category name for that. You can find that on contestcalendar.com. If you type that in, contest calendar is one word, .com, and pull up the 8-day contests, and there's a link to the rules. The actual rules are actually at https www.winterfieldday.com. So there you go. And apparently there is, let me drop. VE3JGK, come on in.
Yeah, I just, when you're done the announcements, I'd like to do a little test comparison between the mobile and handheld rigs.
Oh, not a problem there, Gary. Let's do it now.
Okay, this is the mobile on 5 watts, and I'm going to shut it down and switch to the handheld with just the original rubber duck, and to see if you can hear me, and I'm monitoring the YouTube as well. Give me about 3 seconds to do the switch over.
All right, not a problem. We're standing by.
VE3JGK on the handheld, full power. I wonder if you're reading me at all. VE3JGK.
VE3JGK, VA3CJZ. I've got you just over 9S unit. We can say 10 over S9. a slight bit of noise coming in with you, but we can communicate, no problem. Over to you.
Yeah, Roger, this is the same handheld now, but now with the much longer 19-inch whip instead of the little rubber duck, and wondering if the signal's any better.
Okay, well, it did peak there on my radio at close to 20, and then you must have moved the radio while you were transmitting, and it went back down a little bit. But let's pull in Mac. He is up on the escarpment, a little further back, and see how well or what kind of signal report Mac has on you. VA3 IMW, VA3 CJZ.
Well, Chuck, I heard that station on one radio, and then he came back to you on another one, I imagine, for which I had no copy.
Oh, okay. I thought since he put the extended rubber ducky on there that you would pick him up on that. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mac. What is your location again, Gary?
Yeah, right next to the West Harbor GO station downtown, right near the tracks. And I could pick up the other station about half scale on the handheld, while you, Chuck, are virtually full scale. This is with the extended whip on the handheld. The base antenna, if you want to call it that, is a tri-bander mobile antenna on the cookie sheet with a mag mount. So that's a little bit more gain than what this one would have.
OYL?
KMQ.
Okay, I have two stations in there, VA30YL and KMQ. Are you just checking in, Deb, or do you have a comment?
Welcomed participants. Perhaps they have a copy on him better.
Yeah, go ahead there. I think VA30YL. And Mike, you're acknowledged.
Yeah, I had a copy on him. The first transmission, he was 30 over here in Westdale. His second transmission, I could barely hear him. He was really scratchy. And his third transmission was even lower. So his first transmission was the best. His second transmission, I think, was a 5S units, somewhere around there.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Deb. Let's see what Mike has to say, and then we'll come back to you, Deb. So hold tight. And VE3KMQ, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. And I guess it's VA3GJK, I believe it is. It's Mike over in Aldershot, VE3KMQ. If you're at the West Harbor, you've pretty much got a clear shot to me, or vice versa, to my location from there. I'm not sure whether you had 3 transmissions or 2. The one I heard, the last one I heard, you were an S5. And the one before that, it was about a 2.5. So I'm not sure whether that helps, and I'm not sure how significant my report would be. But I'm thinking, given that it's pretty much line of sight across the bay, that may mean some. So anyway, back to you there, Chuck. VE3KMQ.
Okay, very good then, Mike. Well, the call sign that I have here is Victor Echo 3 Juliet Golf Kilo, and let's see if that's the right call sign there. I believe that was Gary, right?
QSL, it is Gary, Victor Echo 3 Juliet Golf Kilo, and I moved only about 2 feet in my shack, keeping the antenna vertical. And I could bring up everybody by about 2S units, so this transmission might be the strongest yet, just because of positioning. But same power, same handheld, which is an FT70, and about a 19-inch whip on it. So that's what this transmission is. And just for fun, whenever you get back to me next, I'll go back to the mobile, and we'll be able to compare. But it does sound on the YouTube the live stream that this is really full quieting, it appears to you anyway.
Oh, yeah.
VE3JGK.
Yes, absolutely there, Gary. And for those of you listening, Gary is down by the GO station, the Harbor GO station. And when he first came on, he was using a mobile radio with a magnet mount tri-band antenna on a cookie sheet. And after that, he went to the portable with regular rubber ducky. And then after he installed, he put the longer rubber ducky antenna on there. So by the looks of things on my radio there, Gary, where you were, your last transmission was yes, the best, full quieting, great job from that location there. Back to you if you've changed over back to the mobile there. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Roger, V3JGK returning with the mobile 5 watts tri-band antenna. So I imagine that should be full quieting as well.
Oh yeah, that cookie sheet is working just fine for you. Good old Betty Crocker. Okay, Gary. Anything else before we go back and say hello to Debbie?
No, not at all, and nice to hear some fresh voices to my ears anyway. We'll try and make this net a little more often, and thanks for letting me try that little experiment. It's really helpful to have the live stream to listen to really be able to tell the difference, and clearly the original rubber duck is at least 2 or 3 S units worse than the extended one. I'll say 7-3 to all on board, but I'll be listening. VE3JGK.
Okay, very good then, Gary. Well, I'm glad to help out, and that is one of the reasons why we do have the YouTube live stream, as well as the fact that not everybody can hear everybody else on a simplex frequency. This helps quite a bit. So there you go. Thanks again for joining us, Gary. Hope to talk to you again soon. We will do another round with the list that I have, and a little bit later on. So thank you, Victor Echo 3, Juliet Golf Kilo. Let's go and say hello to Debbie in the West End. Victor Alpha 3, obey your leader. Come on in, Deb.
Hello to everyone on frequency. I'm resting my back right now. I was out shoveling a couple times today.
Ooh.
So got it done, and I'm sure I'll have to shovel again tomorrow, but just like everyone else.
Yeah, I was planning on doing a little bit after the net because I still have to take the trash out, but I'd like to shovel a path first, and then I'll have to do the sidewalk as well. So, but yeah, I'm not going to push it. Make sure that the porch is cleared off because we like to go and stand on the porch. And after, if you stand on the porch and there's snow on there, it gets packed, and then you track it back in the house and so on. So I like to have a clean porch. So how you been, Deb? Haven't heard you in a while. Or you weren't on last week? It was one of the slowest weeks we had.
No, I wasn't. I fell asleep actually last week on my new mattress. I bought an ND mattress. I love it. I went from a regular mattress to the foam mattress, and yeah, it's all good.
A new mattress. That's why you fell asleep. Yeah, there you go. Nobody can blame you for that. Yeah, I like our new mattress that we got when we moved in here, but the darn bed frame is built so high that it's you almost need a little step to get to get in the bed. It's that high. But I'm glad you found something that. Well, those mattresses aren't cheap either. Any mattress for that matter. So who wants to buy something and get home and then after a couple of days they go, oh no, I don't like it.
Yeah, I researched a bunch of bed in a box or mattress in a box, and the ND mattress you can actually try out at I can't, Urban Barn, I think it was. They have them on display there. It's the only place that has them. I didn't want to buy a mattress, have it delivered, try it out, and then have to worry about sending it back. But yeah, it's good. I ordered a frame off Amazon, I think it was, or Walmart or somewhere. It's kind of low, the frame. I'm going to see how I like it. I might end up getting a box spring to go in between to bring the mattress up a little bit, but we'll see.
So there you go. Mine's too high. Yours is too low. We need the three bears in here. We we need one that's just right.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, nothing else going on here. Might go look at a dog on Sunday, but depends on the weather. The dog's in London, so we'll see.
Yeah. Depending on what kind of February weather that we get, um, I'm not even gonna get my hopes because I kind of want some. The street's not filled with snow and ice to be taking a new pet walking. Walking is something that you have to teach uh, your pet, right? So yeah. But 2 months have just gone by now since Buddy has left me, and I think about him every day. I have his picture right here on in my Radio Shack, and every day I look at him and talk to him. But anyways, good luck with your hunt for Pooch, and I hope you find what you're looking for.
Well, thank you very much. I've applied for a few dogs, but didn't get accepted. It's tough. I'm trying to get one from a rescue, so and an older dog rather than a puppy. So
Yeah.
I'll just keep trying. Eventually, one will stick. Okay, I'll let you see if there's anybody else out there, and I'll listen along. VA3, obey your leader.
All right, real quick. Did you before we let you go, did you how's the SPCA for rescue dogs?
They're pretty good, but I like to, if you go through a rescue agency, most of the dogs are in a foster home, so the foster home knows their little quirks and any problems. They know the personality. They know a history, some of them. So that kind of entices me to go that route rather than an unknown from the SPCA.
Oh, very good point. Very good point. See, I'm all new to this, and short of paying way too much money for a puppy, I'll probably end up getting an older dog or older than a puppy, anyways. So yeah, I'm sorry, but a lot of these places just want way too much money for pets.
Oh, for sure. But like some of the rescues, they all want money for the dogs, but they end up with vet bills, and they get them microchipped and neutered or spayed, or uh, they do certain things and spend the amount of money before they put them up for adoption. So I don't mind, and it helps the rescue out. I'm sure they make a little bit of money uh, through the fees, but yeah, we'll see.
All right, that's all good information, Deb. Thanks for sharing. All right, so let's see if anybody else is out there wishing to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and I'm in the east end of Hamilton. Any new check-ins, please come now.
It's Jay Short.
Victor Echo 3, Golf Bravo Delta.
Okay, I heard AXJ with a short, and GBD. Was there someone else?
VE3LU.
Okay, VE3ALU. Al. All right, so let's go to, geez, I only got George and Al. GBD, come on in.
No, I think you got to go to, what's his name?
Oh, yeah, Rick. I think you want to say goodnight. VA3AXJ. Rick, sorry about that. Come on in.
Thanks, George. At least somebody heard me. Yeah, I'm just going to switch over radios there, Chuck. I'm not going to sign off on this one. I'm going to go on the portable. I'll be back.
All right, very good. Rick's going to switch radios to the portable. So those of you who can't hear can just go on the YouTube stream and listen there. All right, George, thank you very much for that. Come on in, VE3GBD.
No, not much to report, and I couldn't remember his name. Unbelievable. But, yeah, no, not much to report there. Just shoveling snow and, going to be getting ready to take the garbage out and, this what you got to do. Same old, same old. But, yeah, other than that, no, not much to report.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, your radio is working fine. And so nice and loud, full strength over here, George. And I am looking at the snow that's going to be shoveled. It's calling me, but it's going to have to wait till after the net there, George.
Oh, Chuck, it's heavy. It's heavy, wet.
Yeah.
It's crap.
I kind of figured as much. George, the temperature at my place has been hovering around 0 degrees all day. And the only change since this morning is it's gone up 0.5. It's 0.5 degrees outside. And so I expect it to be quite heavy. But thank you for that, George. Now I really don't want to do it.
Well, I'm sorry to give you that report there, but I had to do a whole driveway, the sidewalk, and then I cleaned out my truck because you know what? The wet snow makes a good nosy car wash. I use a broom and I just clean the whole truck.
Oh, yeah, very good then. All right, George. Well, the missus is, it looks like it's the missus. Maybe it's not. But if it is her, she's home early from work. They might have sent her home early. Maybe she'll pick up the shovel for me. You never know. All right, George, you're going to hang tight with us there and follow us along?
Oh, yeah, I'll be hanging around.
Okay, very good, George. So we'll clear with VE3GBD, and let's go say hello to Al. It says Reggie here, though, but VE3ALU.
Yeah, how you doing, Chuck? VE3ALU here, and how you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good myself, just a little bit of snow here, and it's garbage night.
Absolutely. Everybody east of Ottawa Street is doing garbage.
That's right. And my girl just said her too. But I don't know, but the modulation sound all right in this little new icon I just got for Christmas. Just wanted to haven't used it's portable. I've never used the microphone on it yet until now.
Oh, well, it sounds fine over here. But I think we're fairly close by. You could probably adjust. I don't know if there's any adjustment. You've got the 2 meter 440 portable radio?
Yes, yeah, I do. Your D-Star too, as well. It's a nice little radio.
Oh, very good. Well, you're nice and loud, not too loud. And so, yeah, it's doing a great job. Like I mentioned before, you could listen to yourself on the YouTube live stream there. Just put my call sign in there and VA3CJZ in the YouTube search, and you can move the slider back and forth. It's currently 8:56 p.m. There is a clock on the YouTube stream, and so go to 8:55, and you'll be able to hear yourself there, Al.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. I think I might do that. But anyways, I'll let you go, and thanks a lot. Just wanted to skip in here and just say hello, and we'll talk to you later. So, Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Lima United, will just be standing by now.
All right, very good, Al. Thank you very much. So we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Lima uniform. Anyone else out there wishing to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. All righty. Well, let's go back to the announcements I was making earlier. And I was at the HamX 2023 is canceled. And that's the sponsor is Peel and Mississauga Amateur Radio Club. The venue is not available. They could not secure the usual venue, and no suitable substitute has been found in time. So that was slated for Sunday, March 19th in Brampton, and it has been canceled. So that's it for announcements. I did mention the Winter Field Day contest, as well as a bunch of other CW contests. There's a big one called the CQ 160 meter contest. There's the REF contest. There's the BARTG, BARTG, RTTY Sprint. That's another 24-hour net. And then there's the sideband net for the UBA DX contest. So that's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. That's sideband. And the geographic focus is Belgium. There we go. And the participation is worldwide. Yeah, so if you want any more info, go to the website contestcalendar.com. That's one word, contest calendar, and then .com, and then go to the 8-day contests, and there's a link there for the contest rules for every contest. So, okay, that's it for announcements. How about we start a little bit of on this day? By the way, today's on this day is number 100. So I've been doing this for over 2 years now, almost. In 4 more weeks, it'll be 2 years. Yeah, not quite 2 years. 52 weeks in a year. And so just shy of the 2-year mark. So we're doing pretty good here. All right, let's start off with birthdays. If you're Scottish, you'll know the name Robert Burns. Robbie Burns was a Scottish poet, considered the national poet of Scotland. Of course, he was born in Scotland. Born in 1759 on this day and passed away in 1796. Wasn't even 40 years old yet. Virginia, whatever happened to Virginia Woolf? Well, she was born on this day in 1882. She's a British author, born in London, of course. Passed away in 1941. Has anybody ever heard of the movie called Sybil? That was based on a woman who had 16 different personalities. And her name was Shirley Mason, but they referred to her as Sybil. She was born on this day in 1923. Now, the next name is a NASCAR Hall of Famer. Born on this day in 1941 is LZ, better known as Buddy Baker. Born in South Carolina. He passed away in 2015. Buddy Baker. All right, if you've ever watched wrestling, you'll know this name, the Honky Tonk Man. His real name is Wayne Ferris. He's born on this day in 1953 in Bolivar, Tennessee. Still alive, apparently, from what it says here. All right, the video game designer of Pac-Man, Toru Iwatani, was born on this day in 1955. Apparently, he's still alive. The designer, he's a Japanese video game designer for Pac-Man. Of course, born in Tokyo. Let's go to sports now. Chris Chelios was born on this day, 1962. He celebrates 60 years today. He's a 3-time Stanley Cup winner, born in Chicago. And then, of course, Vladimir Zelensky celebrates his 45th birthday today. He was born in 1978. Of course, he's the Ukrainian president. But he, before he was president, he was an actor, a comedian, and then he went to politics. So, yeah, happy birthday, Vladimir Zelensky. Okay, that's it for birthdays. Let's go up to the top of the list and see if anybody has left us or they are leaving us. And so, oh, okay. Let me go to the top of the list here. Gary, if you're still with us, VE3JGK, come on in. No? All right. How about VE3KMQ? Mike, are you still with us? How about Rick, VE3BK?
Yeah, I'm still here listening along. I haven't heard from Rich yet, so we're just listening along there. Chuck, keep up the good work.
All right, very good. Well, at least you're still there. Let's go to Mac, VA3IMW.
Well, of course I'm still here. When have I ever let you down? Very infrequently. Anyways, yeah, bringing up Vladimir Zelensky, the president of the Ukraine. I'm not sure what television service you get, but they have this kind of off-color comedy show based on some comedian actor type person being elected as president, and I think it's all in subtitles. I tried to watch it once, but lost interest really quickly. But yeah, there's quite a cult following to that television show. I'm not sure if you had a chance to look at that at any point in time, Chuck.
As a matter of fact, no, I haven't. I just recently found out that he was an actor and comedian, so I'm imagining a comedic actor. And so, but of course, I mean, we have a reality show president and Donald Trump, and an actor, another television celebrity running Ukraine. So, yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah, so yeah, when you get a spare moment, just Google TV shows about Ukrainian actor president. I'm not even sure. I don't even recall what it's called, but it's on one of the. I'm sure it's on one of the streaming services. I'm not sure which one of my channels it's
Excuse
on.
me.
Like I said, I tried to watch it once, but it's all about imagine the Ukrainian president riding his bicycle to work every day and growing up in a European middle class home and all the rest of that stuff. So there are some humorous aspects to it, but I guess you really have to have your wits about you to read along with the subtitles and get all the family and interaction references to it. But yeah, for somebody who is so inclined, feel free to check it out.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the comment that Wade VA3NCA put on the YouTube stream there. He said, then he went to politics. So he's still an actor and a comedian. Now, was there another station in there with a comment or someone wishing to check in? Please come now. This is VA3CJZ.
You can always secure your future by being born into the family of a previous prime minister that was dearly hated amongst most of us. But we won't get political, will we?
Yeah, no, we'll pass on that. But I'm curious. Was there someone that had a comment or someone wishing to check in there that was kind of distant? Try it again.
VA3XLJ, no comment, distant, and I'd like to check in. I just turned the radio a second ago.
Oh, well, there you go. We'll take that. Victor Alpha 3, Alpha Juliet AXJ. Geez. XLJ. There we go. We'll get it there, Vanya.
And he doubled with KKP.
Ah, there we go. So we've got VE3KKP in there as well. Okay, Vanya, hold on a second. Let's take VE3KKP. Mac, do you want to see if you can pull in Kevin?
Yeah, he's on a handy talkie tonight, so he's S9 to me, but just a quick bean for the pot. He's in and out, just like a cheap date.
All right, very good then. Okay, Kevin, thank you for checking in. Your check-in number 12 tonight. So thank you for that. Much appreciated, sir. And thank you, Mac, for the relay. So now let's go to Vanya, VA3XLJ.
Yes, hello, Chuck, and everybody. So I just joined you. I stepped out to clean the driveway like an hour ago, and now I'm gonna go stop by the gas station, put the gas in the car. Maybe I'm gonna wash the snow off of the roof. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I really have a hard time cleaning up the roof on my car. So, anyways, so far so good. But boy, is that snow ever heavy? Like, especially whatever the snow plow put in front of it. It was something today. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Vanya, if you were looking at what I'm looking at right now, you would feel like the luckiest man on the planet. My wife and daughter are both outside shoveling snow for me. Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh, just in a contrast, I actually ended up cleaning their car much better than my car, my wife's and daughter's car. So at least I scored at least 1 point for being good dad, I guess, or husband. So yeah, Chuck, but yeah, that's like what you're experiencing right now. I cherish it.
Yeah, no kidding. It's the first time that's happened. But my wife sometimes she helps out. Like when I was sick over Christmas, and we had that storm there, she did shovel the snow for me. I would have done it, but only in my own good time, right? So yeah, very appreciative of my wife Renata and daughter Sylvia. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna, guys, let you go for a little while. I'm gonna stop by the gas station, the car wash, and when I get back in the car, like I'll rejoin you guys. How's that sound, Chuck?
Perfect. You do what you got to do, and we'll talk to you in a bit. So we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, X-Ray Lima Juliet, and let's see if anyone else is out there would like to check in. to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ, looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere.
V3TTO.
Hey, we've got VE3TTO. Gary, come on in.
Yeah, good day there. We still have that snow warning in effect there for our area till tomorrow morning. And yeah, it's heavy stuff there. It's unbelievable. I was out there, just did the walkways. I'll blow it in the morning, but I'll tell you, it's heavy stuff. I don't think we've seen a snow since 1977, this type of snowfall.
Oh, yeah? Well, where I come from, this is nothing. I grew up in the Ottawa-Gatineau Valley, and like I mentioned before, if you had a snowfall and it didn't go up to your thighs, like above your knee, it wasn't a snowfall. It was minor. But once you get used to the mild winters in the Hamilton area, yeah, every little bit kind of hurts.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't used to this, and the super slide was closed down,
Super slide? What's that?
Highway 6, the hill.
Oh, is that right, eh? Wow.
Yeah, there was a bunch of trucks jackknifed, and they had to get some heavy tows, 5 or 6 trucks there, and they had to shut down the road at the bottom there. So it's been an active day there for the police anyway.
Yeah, police, EMS, and who else there? Tow trucks. Don't forget about them.
Yeah, roger on that. Anyway, it is what it is. It's winter, Canadian winter, and I guess the snow on the ski hills, they're happy. They can start operating again.
Yes, that's the thing with the winter activities. If you don't get the weather to cooperate, people that run their businesses have a tough time. So good for them.
Anyway, I used to be involved with Winterfest and with the city here when we used to have snow, and we used to have dog sled races. And we haven't had those for a long time because of the snow conditions, and Kings Forest was where they ran it, and they also ran it at Chinook a few times there. I remember going up the Radio Rail Trail with Tommy Joe Coffey on a snowmobile there doing the trail.
Yep. When there's heavy snow, you use the right equipment. I know back in the day, they'd use horses, right, to pull whatever was stuck out of the snow there, and good old horses, the real horsepower. So, yeah, unfortunately, I only got to ride on a snowmobile once in my life. It was I had the greatest time, Gary, but it was someone else's, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Roger. Well, we had to do the trail there for the dogs, And I don't know. Do you remember Tommy Joe Coffey used to play for Ticats?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he worked for the city also. So anyway, him and I both had a snowmobile, and we had to groom the trail there up the Radio Rail Trail for the dogs up to the top and back. So anyway, we had fun, and the event was fun with the dogs and stuff too.
Oh, yeah, right on. Very good. Makes me think of, I just saw a post recently about a husky or a Malamute. I forget what it was, but it was a famous dog that had to take medicine to a village that had all contracted some disease. And the only way to get it there was by mushing dogs through the snow there. So, yeah, dogs are another way of getting around.
Yeah. Anyway, just everybody be safe. Watch your back there, shoving that snow there and that. I'm a little bit sore tonight, but like I said, I'll wait till the morning and blow the rest in, and I'll tell you, it's quite a bit. Anyway, the warning's still in effect till tomorrow morning. So anyway, we'll see how much more we get. Anyway, have a great evening there, Chuck, and take care. V3T2.
Roger, Roger. Let's just hope it doesn't rain on top of all this. It probably will, but let's see. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for checking in. Much appreciated, sir. And you take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.
73 V3T2.
Okay, clearing with VE3 Tango Tango Oscar. Anyone else out there wishing to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Okay, nothing heard. So we did the birthdays in history of famous people. Let's do the ones that passed away on this day in history. I've only got two. I've got Al Capone. He passed away in 1947. Of course, he's the American gangster from Chicago, and he died of a stroke complicated by pneumonia after suffering from late-stage syphilis, of neurosyphilis. So it basically ate his brain, and he was 48 years old. So that's what happens when you went to prison back in those days, and if you were sick, oh well. Next person. So, by the way, Capone was born in 1899, and he passed away in 1947 on this day. Next and last is Mary Tyler Moore. She was born in 1936, but she passed away in 2017 on this day, January 25th. Of course, she's an American Emmy Award-winning actress from the Dick Van Dyke Show, and then her own show, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. She was 80 years old. All right, let's go to the events that happened on this day. We start from the furthest one back in time up to the more recent times. And we have, in 1840, on this day, American naval expedition under Charles Wilkes is first to identify Antarctica as a new continent. 1840. Let's jump ahead to 1870. The soda fountain was patented by Gustavus Dows, D-O-W-S, in 1870. 1881, on this day, Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell formed the Oriental Telephone Company. Let's stay with Alexander Graham Bell and jump to 1915. Alexander Graham Bell in New York calls Thomas Watson in San Francisco. That's in 1915. And in that same year, the transcontinental telephone service is inaugurated from New York to San Francisco. So there you go. 1919 was the founding of the League of Nations. First meeting was held 1 year later. So this is on this day in 1919. Still with 1919, the Hotel Pennsylvania, at the time the world's largest, opens in Manhattan. So a hotel named Pennsylvania opened in Manhattan. World's largest. The very first modern Winter Olympic Games opens in Chamonix, France, in 1924 on this very day. All right, we'll do a couple more. The atom bomb is created on this day. 1939, the very first nuclear fission experiment, and that's splitting of a uranium atom. So the first nuclear fission experiment in the U.S. in the basement of Pupil Hall, Columbia University, by a team including Enrico Fermi. Enrico Fermi is often referred to as the father of the nuclear bomb. All right, we'll do one more. Grand Rapids, Michigan, in 1945 on this day, becomes the first U.S. city to fluoridate its water. That means to put fluoride in the water system. 1945 on this day. There you go. There's some neat stuff yet to come, but we'll save it for another time. A little bit later on. It's 9:21 p.m. 0.7 degrees outside the CJZ studio, and we are streaming the net live on YouTube. Just put in VA3CJZ in the YouTube search box, and you can watch us live there. You can move the slider back and forth at the bottom and play where you'd like to play it. So let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is week 1532. So 1,532 weeks that AREG has been on the air. Anyone wishing to check in, please come now. All right, so let's go back to the list. Did I go back to Mac, or was that Rick BK? Let's try Mac. VA3IMW.
Well, Chuck, you can always come back to me anytime you like. But actually, you did say hi to Rick, and Rick is listening patiently for Reg to become available. And we spoke briefly, and I'm not even sure what we talked about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to not going anywhere tomorrow. And I just double checked the weather, and I think overnight it's supposed to get up to a nice balmy +1 degrees. And I'm counting on all this white stuff melting and going away, so that shovel that I'm not sure where I put, I don't even have to touch. I've been so fortunate over the years that I've lived in this house. I've had to do very little snow clearing, and I have got a wonderful neighbor just 2 doors down. He loves to play with his snowblower, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. Anyways, yes, you did talk to me, and I'm certainly appreciative of that fact.
All right, very good, Mac. You gave me just enough time to pour myself another cup of coffee. Thank you for that. And yes, I am thankful also for having the help of my lovely wife and today daughter. So both the girls, both the ladies were out there tonight. So now I see people walking their dogs. Something was scurrying down the street. Looks like an RC car. You want to hear something funny, Mac? There's this lady who walks her dog, but they have this black cat that follows them off leash, and it'll, duck into some bushes or go under a tree, and then it'll follow them. And I'm like, no, that can't be. But then again, she came back again another day. Same thing. Dog's on the leash. There's a cat following behind. Weirdest thing.
So have you talked to this lady and questioned her why there's a black cat trailing behind her? It's like having bad luck following you, right?
Yeah, no, she's across the street. So when she comes over on this side, I don't have to yell as much. I'll have to wait till I see her again. But I'm thinking she lives on that side of the street. So I'll have to yell at her one day and say, hey, what's up with that cat? Is that yours? Or something along that line. But that's the first time. I've seen a cat on a leash before. Yeah, so it was odd that he was following them going for their walk. Pretty neat, though. And you see a bunch of this neighborhood has quite a few people with pets.
Yeah, there's a really bad joke in there somewhere. Hey, lady, is that your? Never mind.
Is that your kitty following you?
You're so politically correct.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to inquire when we see her again. And I've since my dog passed away, I've made a couple of new friends with pets I had never seen before. This one day, I saw this couple walking a basset hound, I think it was, and it stopped, it looked at me, and then it started walking onto my property, and I said hello to it, and that was it. It wanted to come see me, and so I went down the stairs. We have a raised porch. So I went down the stairs to go greet it, and it basically fell on my leg and just wanted to be pet, right? And so I obliged, and his name is Seamus, by the way. And he must have known. I don't know, but made a new friend. It was very nice. Whenever I see him now, um I obviously have to come down the stairs and say hello.
Yeah, it's always good to make friends with the neighbors' pets. I'm thinking of two in particular. There's a Frenchie down the street, and when she came up, she was quite interested in meeting me. And of course, when a dog submits, they just roll over on their back, and you might think they're being selfish and they want a belly rub, but they're actually submitting to you and saying, "I'm all yours. Do with me as you please." But there's also another nice big fluffy dog that comes up around the corner here, and she usually comes down with ribbons in her ears and all the rest of that stuff. And the owners have made it a point of stopping as the dog comes by, and she comes up to say hello to me. She's also interested in looking in the door and seeing how our little Boston Terrier is doing. But it's good. It is certainly good to have a good relation with your neighbors and their pets. Anyways, I'll turn it back to you, Chuck, and I've got to run upstairs because I'm not driving.
That's right. Okay. Well, very good then, Mac. And you go ahead and do that, and we'll carry on at this end. So we'll clear with Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. And I don't know if our pad said he was going to watch a movie or what, but let's give him a call. See if he's out there. Victor Alpha 3, Victor Alpha Delta. Oh, he's probably looking after the missus. Good for him. Let's see if Rick is still with us. It's almost 9:30 p.m. Victor Alpha 3, Alpha X-Ray Juliet.
Yeah, better go ahead there, Chuck. We're still hanging here on the portable. I had problems with it last night, so I don't even know if it's transmitting. Is it transmitting? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Is this thing on? Yes, it is. Rick, you're sounding good. You're full strength. Over to my location from your location on the portable. So good job. And once again, those of you who cannot hear everyone else, just log into YouTube and put in VA3CJZ, and you can find us live there and play back wherever you like. And so, Rick, great job there hanging in with us. And you'll probably take off soon, Roger.
No, it's only 9:30. I want to wake up tomorrow and see what I got to do. So maybe I'll take a little bit extra time tonight and just enjoy myself, because I know tomorrow's going to be one of those days.
Ooh, enjoying yourself makes the mind wander. Good thing PDL's not here.
God, you're right there. 100% right there.
I'm just kidding there, Rick. So very good then. All right. Well, hang in there. Enjoy the rest of the net. I was going to say the show, but trying to be funny. So okay, so we'll clear with VA3 AXJ, and let's see how Wade out in Dundas is doing. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha. Are you still there, Wade?
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Yeah, I'm still listening along. Listening along to all the discussion, and good to hear a bunch of people in that I haven't heard in a little while. But yeah, you mentioned about the snow and everything, or Gary was in there talking about the snow. Yeah, it seems like that I was out earlier to shovel, and got the Rockwood sidewalk shoveling. So, I guess on Oslos, that's a pretty good bit of exercise, and I don't mind being out there, but good to be reminded that maybe the shovel is going to come along from the city and clear that space anyways. Anyhow, I expect to have a little more to brush off the car, a little more to shovel after, but it is January. We are in Ontario, and so we shouldn't be too surprised with snow, and I don't mind it in the main. So I heard that Mac was heading up to the fridge right around that time. I was coming back from the fridge, so good to hear we're all making sure that we are keeping hydrated during the check-ins with Chuck on Wednesdays. Anyway, I'll send it back to you, Chuck, VA3 NCA for ID.
Yeah, everybody synchronize your drinks. Yeah, very good then. And speaking of weather, I've got a little bit of trivial information from on this day. In 1950, it was 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Highest temperature ever recorded in Cleveland, Ohio for the month of January. 73 Fahrenheit. That's like what, 22, 23 degrees? Yeah, it says right here 23 Celsius. Wow, for January. Crazy.
Yeah, that's quite warm. I mean, I'm looking at my thermometer right now, which is yeah, I guess it could be better and it could be worse. Roger.
Yeah. We are in the most southern part of Canada, so everyone else is a couple of degrees north, at least. So, and then some. But yeah, if you look at a map and draw a straight line horizontally, you'll see that we're on par with many of the northern U.S. states. We're not in line at all with the rest of Canada anywhere from the Hamilton geographic perspective. All right, there, Wade. Thank you very much for that, and we'll get back to you for last call. Let's go to Debbie now. VA3OYL. Debbie, you there?
Yep, just got back from a snack.
Another one who went to the fridge. You're the third one.
Oh, well, a popular pastime.
I'm going to have to get me a bar fridge to put down here.
Hey, that's a good idea. I like that idea. So, did you participate in any of the weekend's radio activities?
Well, yes and no. I've been hitting a lot of those special event call signs, the call signs that end with WRTC. I got a few parks. But unfortunately, I didn't get them. I got them before the contest. Well, not the contest, but the Support Your Parks weekend time. I got them all before it started, and then I got some after it ended. So I never got the award for Support Your Parks. Kind of sad about that, but oh well. I thought for sure I had it during the right time frame. Maybe somebody's late in posting uh, their results. Who knows? But I haven't officially participated, like using a log just for the contests or anything like that. But I think I might use the Winter Field Day contest software. Actually, it's just Field Day, but you have to change the title to Winter Field Day, and you're good to go.
Oh, okay. Now I noticed on FT8, there were some people transmitting and they were using the word VOTA or VOTA.
Yes.
I'm wondering what that is all about.
Well, my dear, that's volunteers on the air. I'm not exactly sure what it all entails, but that's what I heard one gentleman call it.
Volcanoes on the air.
Maybe I should be trying to contact them.
Oh, I stand corrected. Mac has just jumped in there and informed me that it's volcanoes on the air. I might have gotten one of those on the weekend.
Oh, okay. I know there's all kinds of different designations. It's hard to keep up with them all.
Yeah, there's also islands on the air, IOTA, but volcanoes, that's a new one. Mac, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's been a recent one that I've seen pop up, Volcanoes on the Air, and it's obviously a very exclusive group. I kind of kibitzed about and said, oh, yes, that would be a very short QSL. But you'll have to Google that and see what you come up with. The other one that I've heard of is Summits on the Air, so that's mountaintops and things of that nature. And there's one that's not widely known of, which is NASA on the Air, NOTA. So a lot of different organizations that are getting on the bandwagon of on the air. Back to you, Chuck.
Oh, okay. Well, I do know that there was a station in Antarctica making contacts either on the weekend or just before, maybe Friday. I wasn't able to hear them, but I could hear other faint stations making contact with them. It's almost 8,000 miles to where they were. So that's the long path. There's no other way about it. You have to go through, well, it's long path for me anyways. A beam would have come in handy. But I like those de-expeditions, like in Antarctica and, remote places.
Yeah, I like those too. They're fun to chase. Yeah, the special event stations. I wonder, where do you search for those? I wonder if you have a favorite website you go to for that.
Well, actually, I just use my logging software, and it has a DX map built into it. I use AC Log. That's from November 3FJP.com. N3FJP. He has a bunch of software for contests and just my regular everyday logging software from them is called the AC Log, and it has a DX map on there, and it shows whoever's made a contact pops right up there, and then I just click on it, and my radio goes right to it.
Oh, that's a nice feature. Yeah, I should play around with different logging software just to see what's out there. I haven't looked in a long time. There's always new ones coming out, eh?
Yeah, yeah. This one's been out for a little while. N3FJP, and his name is Scott. And him, his wife, and his son have all written this software themselves. And I wasn't too sure about it at first because you could buy the whole package for $50, and I said, "Yeah, I'll pay $25 just for the one, and I'll check it out first." And after that, they offered to upgrade me to I don't know how many contest software they have, like 30 or more, um, for the extra $25. And I took it a couple of months later, and now I got them all. It's got the ARRL contests, all the popular ones we hear about.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm using Log for OM right now, but I'm mostly using FT8 on HF, so that's what I'm using for that. It's all integrated with the radio and everything, but yeah, I might have to check yours out and see how I like it. You never know. I might like it better.
Yeah, yeah. Check it out. You just type in n3fjp.com, and it'll take you right to his page there. So I really like it. It's got it's got the net and a separate net logging software built right into the logging software. So it's separate from my logging software whenever I do the net. So it's got a net button on there. So I kind of like that. Of course, it's got a sync link up with LOTW and EQSL and QRZ if you have a subscription to QRZ, that is. But yeah, check it out. I really like it. I checked out everything I could before I made a decision. I was hoping to go just with something for free, but when I really checked out these what this can do, I said, yeah, I want this one. So everyone's different. Check it out and make your own choice from there, Deb.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, I'll let you carry on, and I'm gonna listen along. I guess last round will be coming around soon.
Yeah, yeah. I got a couple more things from on this day to do, but let's just go down the list real quick here. George, are you still with us? Are you shoveling snow? Oh, he's getting the garbage out. All right, let's see if Al is still there. VA3ALU.
Chuck, V3GBD. I'm still here. I was just spinning one.
Oh, okay. Another one who went to the fridge, so to speak. All right, very good, George. You got the garbage out yet?
Oh, absolutely not. No. I've been busy doing stuff in the garage.
Ah, very good, very good. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but my wife came home from work and she got our daughter to come outside with her, and they both shoveled the snow for me.
You lucky boy. I was going to say something else, but I said boy. But you know what? Yeah. Hey, it's heavy. That snow is heavy.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, the wife actually bought us some new shovels, two new shovels the other day, because the one we had was kind of like, well, it wasn't shoveling properly. Let's put it that way. So she got to give the new shovels a good workout, so the money wasn't wasted. So let me point out we've got Adam, VA3 Alpha Zulu Golf, checking in from Stratford tonight. Good evening, Adam. Welcome to the AREG Net. We've been on here for 29 years as a Simplex Net in the greater Hamilton area. So welcome, Adam. Okay, George, anything else before we move along? We'll come back and do a quick last round there.
No, sir. No, but I should be available.
All right, very good. Okay, clearing with VE3 GBD. Let's go and see if Al is still with us. VA3 ALU. Al, you there? How about Vanya? Victor Alpha 3, X-Ray Lima Juliet. You all settled in there, Al? Or Vanya?
Yeah, I got my coffee and I got to my favorite spot, so up on a garbage can. So yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna just finish my coffee, drive downhill, get my lunch bag, and it's gonna be time for me to leave to work. So I don't know what's last little while. Like I have a hard time sleeping when I'm on a night shift, and the same thing with afternoon shift. So I rarely get to play with the radio. You know what? You keep mentioning that software that what you use, and I always keep forgetting the name. But I'm gonna ask you today. Maybe I'll remember it. It's a DC Contacts or DX something. What was it?
Okay, well, the logging software that I'm using is called AC Log. So Alpha Charlie Log, and it's you can get it from the website November 3 Fox Juliet Papa N3FJP.com. So November 3FJP.com, and the logging software is called AC Log. One word.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna check it out. It sounds interesting. Sounds good. I mean, if you stuck with it for a little while, then it's good. The only thing what I do is if it's POTA, you get checked in automatically by someone else, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And if I do make a contact, like if I initiate contact or I chase someone, I just log it in a QRZ, and FT8 I just upload to QRZ also. So that is what I use, but we'll see. Maybe when I get a little bit more active, then I might need something. And this software sounds like it's interesting because you said it shows you the context map and the heat map and stuff like that. So that's good. That's actually interesting. So you are drawn wherever the action is, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my head, anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna just give you guys 7-3, and I'm gonna check out, and hopefully we'll talk on. We're not gonna talk next Wednesday afternoon shift. So yeah, but we'll talk on maybe Friday or Saturday, Sunday. So 7-3, guys, and we'll talk later.
All right, very good, Vanya. Well, thanks for staying in there with us and checking in, and you're more than welcome here anytime there, Vanya. Have a good shift, and we'll talk to you again when we hear you. So take care.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. VA3XLJ out, 7-3, guys.
Okay, 7-3, VA3AXJ. Let's go back and run through some of the historical dates and what happened on those days. We were at the hottest day in Cleveland. That was 73 degrees, 23 degrees Celsius in 1950. Let's jump up to 1955. Columbia University scientists develop an atomic clock accurate to within 1 second in 300 years. So the atomic clock is made. And then let's go to 1959, the first transcontinental commercial flight, American, from LA to New York, was on this day in 1959. and it cost a mere $301 back in 1959. So that was a little pricey. All right, 1961, on this day, Toronto left wing Frank Mahovlich. Is that right? Toronto left wing Frank Mahovlich scores twice, giving him 39 for the season and making him the highest single season goal scorer in Maple Leafs history, as Toronto beats Montreal Canadiens 5-3. Now, Frank Mahovlich would go on to later play with the Canadiens and win many Stanley Cups with them. So that was on this day in 61. Frank Mahovlich. All right, staying with 1961, Walt Disney's animated film 101 Dalmatians, based on the novel by Dodie Smith and directed by Clyde Geronimi and Hamilton Luske, is released in the U.S. 101 Dalmatians. All right, let's jump to 1970. The dark comedy film MASH is released in 1970 on this day. You remember that? It had Elliot Gould and Donald Sutherland as the original movie, MASH. 1971, Charles Manson and 3 women followers convicted of Tate LaBianca murders. On this day, 1972, let's stay with NHL. And this is the 25th NHL All-Star Game. East beats West 3-2. MVP is Bobby Orr for Boston at the Metropolitan Sports Center in Bloomington, Minnesota. Okay, very first robot killing a human in the United States was documented in 1979. That was at a Ford Motor Company castings plant in Michigan. And unfortunately, a man got crushed by one of the robots, which robots means just a machine that would pull stuff and move it. All right, 1980,
We're
highest.
Need a new Chucky.
Oh dear, I did it again.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And even Chris did it on Burlington Net.
Yes, that's right, he did. And he called you Chuck.
We're all in good company here.
All right, what was the last thing you heard?
Click.
Funny. All right. All right, first documented case of a robot killing a human, 1979, at a Ford Motor Company casting. Okay, 1980, highest speed attained by a warship, 167 kilometers per hour, so roughly 100 miles an hour, and that was the United States Navy hovercraft. 1980, on this day, Paul McCartney is released from Tokyo jail and deported. For why? For possession of marijuana. He spent 10 days in jail and then was kicked out. Now, they put a note here. I looked it up, and it said the penalty for possession in Japan was much harsher than in the USA at the time. 7 years of hard labor. However, McCartney was deported after spending 10 days in a Japanese jail. He believes his celebrity helped him get away with leniency. Okay, today, 1981, 52 Americans held hostage by Iran for 444 days. I remember that. All right, let's go to some more Toronto Maple Leafs news. 1988 on this day, the longest winless. I don't like that term, winless. Longest winless streak in Toronto Maple Leaf history, 15 games in a row losing. 1989 on this day, Michael Jordan scores his 10,000th NBA point in only his 5th season. All right. A lot of you people might have heard the name Manuel Noriega. He was a Panamanian dictator. but he was. Okay, well, let's go through it here. It says in 1990, on this day, former Panamanian leader Manuel Noriega is transferred to a Miami jail. Now, what people don't know about Manuel Noriega is he was on the payroll of the U.S. government. See, in 1990, they switched him to a Miami jail from, I forget where. But in 1991, it says here, Manuel Noriega is given access to assets frozen by U.S. government. And they were all U.S. funds. So, yeah, it's recorded that he made close to $400,000 from the U.S. government. 1996, Ottawa Senators set an NHL record with 16 consecutive home games without a win in a 4-2 loss to Detroit at the Palladium. Blah, blah, blah. Next, 1999, on this day, after an inquiry into a corruption scandal, 6 International Olympic Committee members are expelled. They were probably replaced with other corrupt members, but nonetheless. 2004, on this day, NASA's Opportunity rover, also known as MER-B, lands on the surface of Mars. 2011, on this day, the revolution of 2011 begins with a series of street demonstrations, rallies, civil disobedience, blah, blah, blah. We all remember how Egypt was in turmoil back in 2011, and the tourist industry suffered major. And finally, last thing is on 2018, on this day, the doomsday clock is moved by 30 seconds to 2 minutes to midnight by Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, the closest to midnight it's been since 1950, since the 1950s. Now, I just saw a post recently that said the clock was moved to 90 seconds just a couple of days ago, the doomsday clock, and that's because of the Ukraine and Russian war. So that's it for on this day. Hope some of that entertained you. Okay, let's do one last call out before we run down the list real quick for the 7-3 round. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. And we're looking for your check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Please come now. Alrighty then, it's 9:58 p.m. Let's go to the top of the list and see if Gary is still with us. VE3JGK. VE3KMQ. Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. 7-3 round, Rick. They're dropping like flies. VA3 IMW.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. I'm still standing. Anyways, Chuck, job well done as usual, and bid you 73s and carry on. And yeah, if Renata still has some strength in her bones, maybe she wants to come up here and shovel. Never mind. 73s. I want it all.
Yeah, good luck on that. And by the way, my foot had slipped off the pedal there. I don't think I timed out.
That's what they all say.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You be quiet over there. We'll get to you in a minute. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, Mac. Anything else, sir? Thank you very much for your help and participation tonight, as is everyone's.
As my favorite Muppet would say, mana.
All right. Okay, then I got one more to add to my list here that I did not do earlier, and that was the gentleman Adam from Stratford. So VA3AZ Golf. You are now officially in the logbook. Number 14, Adam. Check in number 14 for tonight on the net, so that's not bad. All right, so we tried our pad earlier. Rick, VA3AXJ. Any last words, Rick?
Not really. We just stuck it in here. But yeah, one thing. When you signed off from Vanya, that's kind of funny. You use my call sign. That's probably not the first time you've done that.
It's that damn X and J in there. You both have an X and a J.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was kind of funny though. Okay.
All right there, Rick. You kind of cut out. Thanks for sticking around, my friend. You did it. Another full net with us. Much appreciated, Rick. You take care. Have a great rest of the week, my man.
7 3s, Chuck. BA3 extra ever QRT.
Okay, let's go to Wade. VA3 NCA. Any last words, Wade?
Good evening, Chuck, and 7-3s, and thanks for another great AREG weekly meeting, or net, actually. And so 7-3 as well to our VHF DX participant, Adam, VA3, I missed it there, VA3AZG via YouTube relay. Good to see people coming in from remote and participating. And I'll send it back to you. 7-3 to all, and good night.
All right, Wade. Well, thanks a bunch for your help and your input, your information, and participation. You take care, my friend, and yeah, we'll talk to you again. Probably hear you on RPads Net tomorrow. Okay, let's go to Deb, VA3OYL.
Woohoo! The plow just went by. You know what that means? Okay, good net, Chuck. Thanks for all the tidbits on this day and whatnot. You're doing a great job. 2 years. Wow, that's hard to believe. So I'll say 7-3 to all and have a good night. VA3 OYL.
Okay, Deb. It was great to hear you once again, your lovely melodious voice here on the radio. And so you take care. Don't hurt yourself with shoveling snow and that. Be careful. And don't slip on it. So we'll talk to you again soon, Debbie. VA3OYL. Last person here that's actually still here, I believe, is George. VE3GBD.
That's right, still here. Yeah, just looking outside. It's actually getting warmer out, in my opinion.
It is.
Because I just went to, my third bathroom there behind the garage, and it feels like it's getting warmer.
Well, you're absolutely right, George. When I started the net, it was closer to 0 degrees. Now it's 0.9. It's almost 1 degree. So, yeah, it actually warmed up by 1 degree.
I like it. I like it. That means, the salt is going to work. And, well, cleaning out the vehicles even works better because it's warmer. And I could tell just by watching, everything is melting.
Yeah, like for instance, as soon as my wife and daughter shoveled the snow off the walkway and sidewalk there, you can see the sidewalk. No snow on it, nothing. So whatever little bits of snow are left kind of melted. So yeah, there you go. All right, George, thanks for hanging around the entire time. Much appreciated, sir. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll be, Normally, I'm not on this frequency until Wednesday, but you know,
Yeah.
usually 440. What is it? 443-075. That's where I usually listen.
Yes, sir. I know. All right. Well, we will hear you somewhere down the log, George, and we'll jump in there and say hi to you. But for now, uh, let's do one last call out, see if there are any last minute check ins for this evening's Amateur Radio Exchange Group, the AREG. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. All right. So, with that, nothing is heard. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who joined us here on the radio and on YouTube. Um, Wade and Adam on the YouTube stream there. Thank you very much. We've got a total of 14 check-ins tonight, which is right around our 15 mark that we usually hit. So very good. Thank you to all. Until next week, have a great rest of the week. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu saying 7-3, and good night. I shall take a short break, and I'll be back here or on the ZOE. Thank you very much, everyone. 7-3, VA3, CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor. I just doing the net just sneaking in right at the end here. Charlie Delta Victor.
All right, I got a double there, but I made out both of yous, VE3 CDV Cal and Chris VE3 RWJ. Thank you very much, both of you. Do you have anything else to add there, Cal? We'll go with Cal first.
Yeah, it's just a correction. It's VA3 CDV. VA3 CDV.
All right. Thank you very much for that correction. I do have it marked down in the logbook. I probably repeated it wrongly, but I do thank you for straightening that out. I'm tongue-tied. I need something to drink here. Okay, Cal. Thanks again for checking in, and hopefully next time we can chat a little bit longer.
Absolutely. 73 stall.
Okay, great signal, by the way. You're full strength over here. You can review the net on YouTube if you like. Just put in VA3CJZ in the YouTube search box. And tonight is AREG week 1532. You can play us back there by putting the slider back and forth wherever you like. There's a clock on the YouTube stream, and right now it's 10:09 p.m. So just slide it back to 10:08, and you'll be able to hear yourself. All right, so let's go to Chris, VE3RWJ, sneaking in there at the last minute. Come on in, Chris.
Yep. Hello, Chuck. Lots of local noise on 2 meters here, so some background noise on you, but that's just because of the interference. Interesting though, Debbie was stronger than you here, so she's I don't know. You're over S9. She's more over S9. Other than that, thanks for doing the net. Just been listening along while doing things here, and always appreciate it. Nothing else new here. New microphone though. So thanks for doing the stream, because we're gonna just go on there and listen to ourselves. Back to you, V3RWJ.
All right, Chris, you're sounding crisp and clean, no caffeine. Good audio. And please, use the stream there to play it back. And Debbie should be stronger to you. She's in the west end of Hamilton by Westdale, and I'm way over here by the Center Mall.
Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to maybe in the spring get a bit of a fox hunt together out my way to find this local interference. talking about it anyway, so we'll see. But that would be nice because usually that messes with this with listening to this net. So anyway, 73. Catch you again. All right, probably next week, I guess. V3 RWJ.
Or maybe on the weekend during field day.
Oh, that's true. I'm not going out, but I'll tune her in and give people points, I guess.
Yeah, you can still use the home designation since they issued that during the pandemic. It's still available to use, so you don't have to go out. So we'll see how things are going around the house here as to how much we participate there. So thanks for checking in, Chris. I listened a little bit on your net earlier. Great job. Always lots of check-ins. So keep up the good work. The amateur radio community appreciates it. All right. Clearing with VE3RWJ. And let's do one last call out. Any last minute check-ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ. Any new check-ins, any last minute check-ins, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So the new total is 16 check-ins for tonight, and one on YouTube, or 15 plus one on YouTube is 16. And so thank you again. Hope to hear you all again next week. Take care. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie, Juliet, Zulu, saying 7-3 and so long.
You want a quick check in there, Chuck? VE3LBI.
Yeah, sure thing, Larry. VE3LBI. Come on in.
A little late than never, but nope, just a quick check in for you. Just been busy doing stuff over here and got tied up, and I went, oh my goodness, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, no worries, Larry. We're here regardless. Some people fall asleep during the net, and others just forget. It's all good.
Well, a little dig in there, eh? Yeah, I was just actually outside and came back, and it's raining outside now. No more snow, just rain.
Beautiful. That's what I thought would happen. Great. Well, better shovel that snow before it gets way too heavy.
Well, I agree, but the only problem is after that it turns to ice if you shovel it right down to the pavement or the concrete. So, anyways, okay. Thanks, Chuck, for picking me up. Sorry I'm late, but better late than never. All right, I'll let you wrap it up. You want a couple of things you want to do. So, and all right, thanks again. VE3LBI.
Okay, not a problem, Larry. That new total is 17 now. Okay, any other last minute check-ins for the AREG? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard, so we are going to step away and take a short break. But thanks again, everyone. 7-3 VA3 CJZ QRT.